you have strong ethos and value systems, but there are often disagreements. So how does storytelling or belief system, how do you persuade? What begins to pick up things that Gareth was talking about seeing others and saying, I understand?
Well, I mean, there's many pieces of that. One thing I learned from the belief study work is that you can't make anyone change their beliefs. And in fact, as the history of the north of Ireland demonstrates quite well, until people are ready to let their beliefs be changed, they can persistently prove that their beliefs are in their mind correct and the, in quotes, other side's beliefs are false. I guess I would just say, in my experience here, introducing the idea of beliefs, the fact that they're not genetic, the fact that they may or may not be helpful, to Gareth's earlier point, the fact that they may or not be true, at least opens a door to conversation that allows me or anyone else to hear the other person in a different way. And it allows me to say what I want to say in a different way. So I would, I'll share that whatever it's been 5-6 years now of actively talking and working on the belief stuff within our organization. The phrase, I think X, is said far less frequently than it used to be. And it's been replaced pretty regularly, not all the time, but pretty regularly with, well, what I believe is, or my belief is. And I'll just say from experience, and I don't know exactly why, but when someone says, my belief is this, or in Gareth's world, they might say, the story I'm telling myself is this. They're allowing that it may be wrong. They're allowing that you could have a different one. Whereas how I grew up was in the argument of thinking. And so if I say, just blurt out my version of the facts, which I can still slip into doing, it's how I grew up. It generally just provokes an equal and opposite reaction, which then ends up in the verbal version of the north of Ireland's history and doesn't really go anywhere. If I can back up and say, my belief is this, my fears are this, my anxiety is this, the story I hear you telling is this, the story I'm telling myself is this, they all allow for a lot more space in the room. And I'm not here to suggest I've mastered doing this. I can slip like anybody, but at least I think here I gleaned a lot of understanding, in great part from reading Gareth's book, helped me to understand that stories and beliefs were essentially two sides of the same thing. And I started to say what I still say, which is stories are beliefs made manifest. And so when we tell a story, there's beliefs embedded in it. If we change the belief, we change the story. If we change the story, we change the belief. And so Gareth's book does a great job of explaining that.